There we go. Hello, this is Mitch with Canna Solutions, and today I would just like to shed a little light on some of these tools that are necessary and can be game changing for cannabis brands, particularly in a market like Oklahoma, where we have 1,500 cannabis processors active, and there's about 2,300 dispensaries. So there's a lot of competition to get products out there in the marketplace. Some of these tools might seem simple, but you might be surprised how often they're overlooked. And the first of these is having password protected e-commerce websites. These are going to be more important for processors than possibly for growers. There might be some growers that are producing on a larger scale that might benefit from this, but for the most part, dispensaries are going to want to smell and taste, touch the product. So you're not going to get quite as much benefit from this as being a grower exclusively as you would for there are some dispensaries that do order flower without seeing or smelling it, but it's going to be much less often than brand products that are going to be more specific, like edibles or concentrates, things like that. And so that's one tool. I gave a couple of examples of some websites I've done on there. Another one is going to be a retailer map. Now, this one constantly has me scratching my head because if you have ever tried to purchase a specific type of brand of any kind of product and have not been able to identify where you can purchase it, then you might have a sense for how this might be a challenge for patients, but it's unlikely that you've ever had that issue unless you're a patient yourself and you've gone through the hassle of trying to find products. The problem is that most brands kind of go into this assumption that the dispensaries will take care of this and that they will update the products on their Weedmaps pages. But I manage the chats for at least two websites /3. One of them isn't a wholesaler, but I get to see the messages that people are asking, and people are looking for where they can purchase products. And some of the brands are actually pretty big. They're asking to try to find. Sometimes we don't even sell the product. They're just asking if I know where we can find it. And the fact that people can't find the brand, we're selling products, but we can't show people where they can purchase it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This is a kind of a no-brainer. But it's way more important than one might think. You have to be able to show people. And the other thing about this is if you are depending on the dispensaries to do this on the Weedmaps page, for one, not everybody uses Weedmaps. Two, you're kind of taking this responsibility that you should have as a brand and you're putting it in the hands of dispensaries. So it's kind of out of your control whether or not people can find your products. And it's too important to not just take control and take responsibility for that yourself. A live chat widget /app is super important as well. People are just more likely in today's technology age. People are using websites, they're doing research. They're more likely just to open up a chat app where they can just chat with you immediately or send a message than they are going to be doing any kind of research to find a phone number and then trying to make a call, all of that. People just use live chat more than they do phone numbers. The other thing here is QR codes that link to hosted test results. So basically, you just host the test results on your website or on one of these testing management sites where test results are hosted. And you basically just create QR codes, mini QR codes, or however you do that on your product, and you paste it there so people can use their phone and they can find the test results. Not doing this is similar to not including any kind of quality reassurance on a product that you're selling or including ingredients, something like that. So again, it's a super simple thing, but it's something that is super important. The other one is having a segmented newsletter or text message updates with easy opt-in with a segmented list. So if you have a cannabis brand and you're not segmenting who's opting into your list, whether they're dispensaries or consumers /patients, then you're not able to effectively communicate with that list in a way that is relevant to them and that makes sense. So if you have patients and dispensaries all, in one group, then you're going to be your hands are going to be tied when it comes to doing, wholesale promotions or talking to patients in a certain way about the products. That's just going to be, you could still do it, but then you're going to have patients getting information about wholesale and you may not want that. it may not be quite ideal. So on this wholesale site, I basically set these up where the websites come pre-set up with all the OMMA dispensary licenses already pre-installed with accounts. So basically your sales team just goes through, and I have a whole sales process that's integrated with this technology. So it just makes it super easy. So there's not a lot of data entry and, redundant processes going on. It streamlines your efforts. It allows you to build a list quickly and also to track, sales efforts that are being made by your sales teams, and also who's purchasing, what they're looking at, who's abandoning carts and whatnot. If people start building a shopping cart and then they bail on it, I have some tools in place to kind of fix that. So that's a quick little overview. Again, this is Mitch with Cannabis Solutions. If I can be of any assistance, please let me know. Hope you guys are having a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.